Alrighty traders, so let's have a look at what's going on with the markets today. What's coming up this week in the markets? I see gold actually having a pullback. So looking at gold, we'll get straight into gold right now. Where I see gold actually having a pullback too is I see gold actually pulling back towards, if I bring up just my blank chart from here, as you can see, this is just the blank chart we're looking at right now when it comes to the gold market. And one of the things that I see here, you see this actually with the stock market. I'll get into the stock market, but what tends to happen is that whenever we have these longer term sort of trend lines coming into play, there's see that long-term trend line here coming into play there. What tends to happen is that when we get too far extended away from those or these types of trend lines, we actually start to we actually generally start to slowly make our way back to it. And I'll get to the stock market in just a minute and show you how that's also played out in the stock market. And then we tend to get a bit of a bounce from here, right? So on the short-term analysis, which means over this course of this week, or maybe even the next few weeks, I do see this is where gold is right now. I personally am staying away from gold for trading opportunities. You probably saw my video yesterday if you did. Now traders, this is short-term analysis. This is what I see over the next few weeks. The big picture, okay? And some people get really confused about big picture, small picture, right? And that is the big picture is I see gold getting crushed, absolutely crushed, 30, 40% from the highs, maybe even more, absolutely just getting crushed. I see that happening. But then on the other side of that getting crushed, that's when we're going to see 10,000 gold, right? People think we're going to go to 5 and 10,000 now. I don't think so, right? I could be wrong, obviously, right? But I'm never wrong. What are you guys about? I'm never wrong in the markets. I'm always right. So therefore it's gonna whatever, right? So all right, so we can see it through there. So on a general basis, guys, we're not gonna, obviously markets don't just go straight down. We tend to go through stair steps phases, right? So we are looking through here. We do have actually a bit of a shorter term trend line. We have another bit of a shorter term level through here. So I guess absolute real short term level. There's another level through there, I would say. See that through there? Right, we have this support level through here, and we have it rallied up. So at least on a short term level, we're probably going to come down to this level through here. That's where we're probably going to come down to, right? So this is what I'm seeing right now when it comes to the gold market. Bit of a move on the downside through here, come down, probably a bit of a bounce through here. And then if we start to change the tune, right? And what I'm looking for with this to here, I want to see buyers and sellers changing roles, right? What I mean by that is this. Look at this here. Strong move up, weak pullback. Strong move up, weak pullback, strong move up. Now, if this is going to be the top, if this is going to be the top of the markets, we're going to start to see some frothy action. We're going to start to see things change. We're going to go from strong buyers to weak sellers. That's what we saw all through here. Then what we see now is that what I'm looking for from this perspective through here is I'm looking for the market now, not strong buyers, but strong sellers, which we're getting now. We're getting a bit of a strong selling period. Then I want to see when the buyers come in, are they strong or are they weak? Because if they're weak, then this here, if we get something like this here, that's conducive for more downside to come, right? So if you look at the actual charts here, you see here time and time and time again, whenever we do get the strong move up, but then we just go through a flattening pattern, we end up going through another strong move up, right? And then we go through another flattening pattern, right? And then we go through another strong move up. So if we get this type of patterns, strong stay, or if we start to get that, which is the L-shaped pattern, if we get moved down and then we just hold here for a bit and then we break down, we're probably going to see that come. Hey traders, just a quick heads up. I'm actually giving away free access to my mastery trading course for a limited time. If you go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be the first link in the description. The fact is that 80 to 90% of the stuff that you learn or you use on these trading platforms is a complete waste of time. And only about 5 to 10% of the stuff that you actually learn and use is going to move the needle in the positive direction for you. And that's over the last 20 years, I've put everything that has helped me move the needle in the positive direction in this here, and I've left everything else out. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now and grab complete free access to this mastery trading course. Being out of the good old gold market. Let's go look at this. That's gold through there. Silver is definitely one to actually stay away from, guys. Or you guys can do whatever you want to do, right? That's the thing about trading, right? For me personally, guys, I hate trading volatility, right? Volatility is unpredictable, right? Unpredictable. Think about this from a trading perspective, right? If you get into a trade right now today on silver, and silver has been really wild like a wildcat, right? like a wildcat, and it's been really wild, lots of volatility, lots of ups and downs, and lots of volatility happening in the markets, right? If you do that and you get into silver, what's going to happen when you get into the trade? Is volatility going to stop and then you're going to have a nice trade, or is volatility going to continue? You are probably going to get whipped out of the markets. So whenever you see markets, for me anyway, right? Whenever I see these types of actions happening through here, this to me is a no-go for trading opportunities. I don't touch things like this. Unpredictable, low probability in the markets. Now let's go check out the good old stock market. Now what I was talking about before with the gold market, if you remember this here with the gold market, I said that we're probably going to come back down towards these low levels through here where that longer term level comes into play, right? Short term, we see what I saw there, the first level. Once we break that, probably going to come down to the second level. Now, if we go back to the S&P 500, look at the S&P 500. What happened through here, right? See this through here? Right, look at this through here. What actually happened? Low, 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 and then we came down towards a low point, right? And then guess what happened? Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. X marks the spot through there. As you can see, resistance, X marks the spot, and then away we go again. So I do see something like this happening, maybe not as quick on the good old gold market, but if I go back to the gold market again right now, we can actually see that we are likely to, I'd see this thing coming down and then holding through there, and then just, then it's going to fall off the cliff. So get ready for falling off cliff action, right? The drop into falling off a cliff. But with the stock market, completely different, right? Completely different. We're getting a bit of a bounce through here, a bit of a V bottom bounce. So what I'm looking for to see that this is resuming this bullish upward trend is what? Remember I said before about the buyers and sellers price action. We now got a very good price. See that very big strong move to the upside? So I'm looking for the strong buyers. We got that. Now what's going to happen with the sellers? Are the sellers like that? Now we're talking potentially more downside to come. But when we go through the pullback or the sideways movement, which we will get, right? Once we do get that, guess what? I'm now looking to see, do we actually then hold here for a bit like this and then start to break back up? Because if we do that, guess what? Here we go, up, up, up. And my 7,500 target, that's 7,500 for you guys, right? This here is probably going to get hit by the end of this year. That's my end of year target. We'll see what actually happens. We have a long way to go, but 7,500 is my target from there, from the S&P 500 perspective. Let's go look at the actual Dow Jones. Dow Jones really interesting. A lot of these markets actually did the exact same thing, right? Look at this here. There to there, right? There to there, came all the way down to that level there. We also had this resistance level all through here. Look at that, all that major resistance level. X marks the spot, and now we're getting a very strong bounce. So what actually happens here? Do we start to go back? Do we start to get that, once again, that buying activity? Let's go through to the NASDAQ. NASDAQ actually was the one that, this is the level through here on the NASDAQ. But then we actually broke this level here. This is the NASDAQ 100. We actually broke that level there, as you can see from that level there. What actually happened to the composite? Did the composite do the exact same thing? Again, that's the longer level through there. If we have a look at this level through here, this is where we're at right now, right? So that's actually what actually happened here. Actually, a bit of a false breakout to the downside, as you can see. And now we're bouncing back up again. So once again, what I'm looking for here, again, guys, I want to see more, who's more in control. Because if I get this market from you, if I'm getting what we're getting right now, strong buyers through there, if we're getting the strong buyers, but then we get strong sellers, who's more dominant, buyers or sellers? No one, right? Because there's no price, there's no real boom, 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 boom in the markets, right? But one thing I'm looking for is I'm looking for one clear side to be very evident. And that is that once again, is that if the market goes up through here very strongly, but then we may get a pullback, but see how this is more like strong to the upside, but then when the sellers try to come back in, they're more like, oh, they're really slow. If we get this type of action, we're probably going to get a retracement 50%. Then we pick back up, break past previous highs. If we get something like that here, meaning we get something like that and then break back up, get ready for an all-time new high. There could be some really amazing trading opportunities, and I want you guys keeping an eye on that really closely. The other markets I've been watching for right now, guys, which I'm just chewing at the bits right now. The first one is USO, as you can see. USO has been continue to be in this very tight triangle pattern, or very tight sort of channel through here. As you can see, we actually did have more of a resistance level coming up through those levels through there, as you can see, and then it's actually broken out of this level here. Now we're actually starting this downward move. So after all this time, we're squeezing out, and now guess what's happening? Now we're actually on a very nice trending to the downside. So there could be some really good trading opportunities, and I'm chopping at the bits myself, and I'm hoping I do get a good trading setup according to my trading rules, because I only trade on rules, guys. I don't trade on just, well, I think the market's going to go down, so let me go short. If you're doing that, you are going to get run over. Never trade based off what you think is going to happen. That's not professional. Use trading setups. That's what professionals do, right? So that's USO, and the same thing for the energy market today, guys. The energy market today for me is once again same type of thing. We had this major resistance up there, all there. We've actually had this very short-term sort of channel through here, but the same type of thing. We've actually had this very nice sort of resistance pattern all through there that's actually broken out. Maybe even something through there as well too. But definitely through here, resistance. As you can see, this last sort of 12 months or so, we've had this major level of support. Last couple of years, we've had this level through here. Now we're broken to the downside. So there could be some really amazing, buying opportunities in the stock market and the energy sector and oil. There could be some amazing shorting opportunities coming real soon. By the way, traders, if you're serious about leveling up your trading, I've opened up 10 spots to my Inner Circle coaching program. This is where I show you all my best trading strategies I trade every single day. You get access to my scans that I use all the time as well too. Every single week, I do a live weekly group coaching session for the Inner Circle group. And my whole goal there is to help you become a well-rounded master trader. Emotional management, trade management, letting your profits run, cutting losses short, and all the different discipline, patience, all the different areas to help you become a well-rounded master trader. And also, you get access to an exclusive committed group of all the Inner Circle group so you can communicate with them, and that's our private Inner Circle group as well too. But this is what I want you to do right now. This is only application only. We're only looking for committed traders, and if you're ready to go, then that's for you. There should be a link in the description there, or go to getjohntop.com right now. Go fill out the application form. It's only for the first 10 only, because I like to keep the group really small. So go there right now. Go to getjohntop.com right now. Go fill out the application form, and I will personally be speaking to you on the phone, and we'll go from there to see if you're a good fit for what I'm looking for. Speak to you soon, traders.